Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first map of this series. We will be going against A State, which is Arizona State.
Arkansas.
Yeah, I do it every time. I mix up the two states all the time. Arkansas State Black Team. And so I'm just going to be referring to them as A State. We have not locked anything yet. We finally do lock in that Ixora Sova. I just want to say I've been calling for us to lock them in the icebox since day one. I love icebox, so I'm very glad that we do get to see it eventually. We are going to be running a really interesting comp. It seems as though Whisper has been let off the leash and is finally able to play some more of that Gecko. I know that was a little bit of a hesitant pick, but I think we're embracing it now. We are going to put Ixora on that Sova. Hopefully, we're up to date on Icebox lineups. It's not the easiest place to get a whole bunch of lineups. It's you get some covers over the top of A and things like that. All the different boxes, you have to know your angles. So I'm really hoping that Ixora is sort of studied up for this map. We will have Snom on the Jet, which I think is really interesting that we've taken Snom and instead of Astra, where the oh so critical Snom on Astra, I think that honestly it's a pretty good pick because I think Astra is kind of weak on this map. There's just too many places that you can go with ease. Astra just cannot keep up with it. So I really like switching to the Viper. We will have Twice Stand running this Deadlock. I have, as I usually say, I've not played in a minute, and I don't know if they've changed Deadlock. Deadlock stunk last time that I played. but I know that Twice Stand doesn't stink. So I'm hoping that they sort of combat each other, and Twice Stand is able to overtake the stink. Going into this first round, looks like we're gonna just full stack on B, rush it down. Not that surprising. This is typically what you're seeing on these classic rounds. We do have a lot of ghosts though. We've certainly invested in this pistol round, which I think is honestly really smart. Ooh, a nice head tap onto that Viper and then cleaned it up. That was really nice. We're gonna just spray through this wall a little bit. This is our deadlock wall, as they do not have a deadlock, so we're gonna try and use it to our advantage. Just spraying through. We've set up the smokes to line up with that wall. I think that was really smart. That Flash doesn't really see anything, but we do that somebody's top tube. Not able to get the one top tube, but Whisper does get traded. Sorry, Whisper is the trade. Twice Stands able to take out the Jet and also the Sova. That's a really nice double. And finally able to take out that Sage. That's a really nice round. That's 3 of us still get to live there, and we're picking up things like sheriffs and stuff like that. Now, I was a little bit hesitant because Pierogi on the Viper, I don't think is something that we see very often. It's not something that is a super common pick for us. And also Icebox is such a we don't run this Icebox very often, but we're sort of running a bunch of this stuff that isn't super common, that we haven't had super long to practice, and I really hope it works out because you know, regardless of how warmed up you are on Deadlock, if your Deadlock's getting wins, then your Deadlock's getting wins. The wall's gonna go out, and I really like that we're lining it up. We're lining it up with the Viper wall every time. I do think that we want that to cover on the close side of tube as well. I think that's what we're going for. It's just a little bit off. Deadlock wall is not the most accurate thing. We can still shoot through here, but they of course cannot rush through here, which I think is really nice. We're able to hold things like yellow, like Snom is right now. Pierogi able to take out the flanker. That was really nice as well. Whisper able to snipe that Sage. There is one top tube. Oh my goodness. Snom was in such trouble, and Whisper just came to save her. That was a really nice play. What could have been a trade just turned into somebody saving somebody. And that was really nice. Snom able to pick up a Vandal and finish off the rest of that fight. Only one loss there. Twice Stand is the only one that went down in that fight. Honestly, if the only person that's dying is your Sentinel, that's really, really good. Of course, your Sentinel is going to be one of your more costly agents, but Deadlock isn't super expensive, especially whenever you're really just using a wall and then a trip. Because if you're not playing for post plant, you probably aren't using like your other walls, and if you never really come across them in a cubby, you're not using that nade. So I really like that, as compared to Cypher popping all of his utility before the round even starts and having to buy it all next round. With the Sheriff, we are still budgeting. We're going to be running just all of the guns that we could find. We do have some Vandals just because of what they were able to run. That turret slowing down Snom, and Snom just getting taken out by the Sage. It's really unfortunate. We're going to take out that turret, though. That's not going to be a hindrance, but their Jet is going to take out 3 of ours. Ixora looking to back up, take out that flank, but not able to get it. A flawless from them, from A-State. It's really unfortunate that it was a flawless, but it was an expected loss. We expected to lose that one. We didn't invest a whole lot of money in that so that we could buy rifles next round. 2-1. I think that we played that perfectly fine. I just think it's a little bit scary that they got a lot of money from no one dying. No one dies, so you know nobody's set back. Everybody's going to be able to afford rifles this round. We do have Thrash. Thrash this early could be really nice. B site is a little bit scary. So is A site. All of Icebox is kind of hard to push with Thrash because of the verticality with it. Thrash is not necessarily known. Hopefully that ping doesn't mess over our A pushers at all. It is going to actively ping the A pushers. Oh, unfortunate. Snom not able to flick fast enough. Whisper is going to be able to make that trade though, and I feel like that's all right. It's an all right trade to make, but that ping that got our people on A managed to get them to all rotate, and then they push us through B main, and we lost one, which that not only revealed our position and made them rotate back, but also this round is now a 4-4, and we're a little bit hurt because Pierogi is you know, just a little bit damaged from that fight. Just having to set up those smokes and hope that they don't push you super fast. We have the Deadlock util, but something you can rely on every single round, especially whenever Twice Stand gets picked really early like that. I think this is a really scary way to play this. We have the bomb. We could wingman it on. We're able to take out that recon dart. We see that Sova. Sora just gets super hurt. Everybody right now is a bullet away except for Whisper. Whisper's gonna have to sort of lead the charge here. Thrash is going to come out. They're hoping to maybe turn the tides of this fight. We're going to push forward. The spike is down. We go, and then we do end up hitting their Viper. But Ixora is going to peek out and try and play off of it and not able to really find anything. It's really unfortunate that we've used Thrash there and not gotten anything from it. But we do get that Viper. This isn't the worst situation. Oh, but Jett is sitting on top of the tube. Hard to really expect that. Whenever you're thinking about who else left on the board, where could they be, you're thinking about the top of the top of the tube on site, and you're not thinking about the top of the tube on mid. And so that's just a few too many things to think about, and it sort of just scrambles your brain. Excuse me, I hope that wasn't super pickupable. Alright, so this round is going to be a pretty heavy budget round, as we see Ixora is going to buy full util, but just have that frenzy. Looks like we're just going to be running ghosts and similar handguns to that. If they throw this dart here, yeah, I think we'll get ping, which they might not respond to as quickly because they know that the last ping was a fake one. That Ghost sort of threatening that Jett a little bit, are able to get some hits onto that Jett. Those shock darts going out, trying to get some area denial as we push onto the site. Snom's able to get one, and then got traded. Take out that drone, but not before getting pinged. Ixora is going to fall. By stand as well. Just having to push onto the site into rifles is incredibly difficult. We were able to get one, which is nice, but you know it's not ideal. It's 3-2, and they're on a 3-game win streak right now. They're gonna have plenty of cash. Even if we kill one, they're just gonna come back even stronger because that Jett now has an operator. The Jett with the operator on Icebox is incredibly scary. This is a team that is confident in their ability to take out all of the things that we have and shut down the system that we've made. And I think that us going A it'll be nice because, you know, B's that operator sort of lane. And so hopefully we can avoid the op for a little bit, maybe even take it out of their hands. Able to take out that recon dart, but it's just going to ping us again. It's really unfortunate. The Jett's instantly going to start rotating. We have to push on now. We do have a couple ultimates. We could pop Blades, or we could pop the Deadlock ultimate, but the Deadlock ultimate is a very niche ability. You have to, you know, really understand numbers whenever you're looking to use it. That wall's going to go out and sort of block off some of the visuals of sight. Able to tag that Jett. That Jett's going to have to back up. Oh, turned around at just the wrong time. Unfortunate. Snom is down, but the bomb is also down. We can hopefully maybe just stall long enough. One behind us. Pierogi's able to take out that KJ that's flanking us. Pierogi is now going to come to join the fight. That bomb, once again, just have to defend it. We don't have to push here or anything. That Deadlock ultimate's going to find one, and then we're going to look for pings, and we get the other two ping. They're going to have to peek out if they want to save their friend. Oh, it looks like they were able to get the defuse. So while we were able to pick up one and then sort of use that as bait, they were able to just win the round because we just didn't have enough site presence. Really unfortunate. We used a really big ult in the way of Deadlock ultimate. Like I said, Deadlock ultimate is very much like a numbers ultimate. You have to be thinking, okay, if it's 5v5 and I ult this guy, chances are he's probably going to get out of it. And also, 5v4 isn't that much of a lead. If it's 3-3, 3-3 and bombs down, I could get the guy off bomb. That buys us a little bit of time, and you know, like the two people have to peek with him. Chances are that guy doesn't get out, and we're able to play for bomb. And it didn't work out. It's really unfortunate. But this operator is still going to be set up on B. We're going to have to rush. Whisper does get taken out, which is unfortunate. We're going to have to sort of peek into an op no matter what. Able to take out that Jett, but or the KJ. Able to take out the KJ, but their Jett with an operator is just able to trade. It's 3-4, so it's not the worst situation. We have a little bit of intel from pings, but it's kind of scary. Pierogi able to take out that flanker. I think that's really nice that we're able to consistently do that. There's another one in flank. It doesn't matter. Twice Stan's going to be able to pick that up. It is now 3-2. We've managed to turn the tides, and we're rotating now. So this is a really nice spot for us to be in because we know that that Jett is probably going to want to hold B. That operator is not great at moving. So if we rotate, the chances are we're going to be going into Sova and then maybe a slow rotating Jett. And chances are Sova might flank. Sova is going to be on site, and so we're going to push onto site. We're going to see that he's moved back. They do pop the knives, so that operator's not going to be as useless. They're going to be able to push onto the site with knives, which is more of a short-ranged weapon. You know, the Jet's going to flank around one side, and then the Sova ultimate is going to take out Pierogi, which is unfortunate, but we take out the knives. A nice jump from Twice Stand, but it's just not enough. You know, there's only so many plays that you can make. You move onto one site, and Whisper gets taken out, but you manage to trade, and unfortunate that Snom goes down to that operator, but you have a little bit of intel. It's time to move, and then you actually manage to get the advantage and make it a 2-3, and it's just a perfect spot to be in, but they just have those ultimates that shut you down. They have the knives that can make that disadvantage that comes with rushing with an operator just obsolete, and then we actually get to play off that. Twice Stand has a fantastic play where you jump off of top tube and onto the rafters, and then you take out the knives, and that's a really nice way to do it. But in the process, Sova's currently ulting the point and takes out your backup. It takes out your backup, and it's just like there's only so many things you can do, and there's only so many mistakes that you can make. And it just so happened that round, I think it was just one too many mistakes compared to things that we did right. But it was an incredibly close round. Now this. Sorry, I thought I heard something. I'm schizophrenic. I'm not. But I was going to say we have some ultimates. We have the knives coming up. Well, they can come out in this particular round. I kind of like the idea of knives being used as a budget weapon. I don't feel like we're super confident in our knives abilities. So it's a pistol round where everybody's sort of force buying, and that knives can sort of give us some leeway. So I kind of like that idea. But if those knives don't get us any leeway, we just use an ultimate for nothing. We do end up using those knives. We are going to use it as a budget round sort of offense. We're going to push forward. We can hopefully catch the Sage off guard. That wall goes up. Know that we got to think that Sage is probably on that wall. Sage is on that wall. We take out that Sage. That's really nice. And they're going to throw some utility at us, and we're going to be able to just eat through that wall. That's a really nice start that Snom is, really nice just leeway that Snom has gotten for us. We're going to get that ping out of that Viper, and Wingman is going to be able to plant this bomb. Unfortunate that Snom can't get more, but I think the Snom's already done her job. Snom has already sort of made some headway onto the site, and we have the bomb down. We have Thrash. They have some utility that they can sort of halt us with. They have the Viper. The Viper's pit is incredibly scary. We need to start just pinging at that bomb. I'm trying to get a closer look, and we managed to take out the Viper, but the KJ does hop off. I think it might be halved. Whisper is going to fall, so we're not going to have that Thrash, but we are going to be able to take out that Sova. It's half, so we're going to have to play this really carefully. It's just Pierogi, and Pierogi falls. You know, just it was one too many mistakes. I think that was a really well-played round. That was a budget round that we turned into a really close round. We go forward, we make leeway with the knives, we melt the wall so that it's no longer hindering us. And then whenever we push in, they just have so much utility, and you can't really push into that. I feel like we were still thinking about pushing into that. The play might be get that pick and then leave. You know, we've gotten the pick. You still have knives, and maybe if you can grab a hold of whatever gun the Sage had, that would be really nice. But now everybody's going to rotate off A because you made such a commotion. You pop ults and you sort of invested in it. That the play might be to just leave. We are going to try and stick this B, though. I really like this. We have the Thrash still. So the Thrash could be used to be sort of a bomb denial. And I like that. Sage might know that we're here and doesn't know that we're there, but we just can't find that head tap. It's really unfortunate. Wingman goes out. We're going to be able to play, just get that Sentinel util on the board. And I really like that we're able to do that pretty consistently. Ixora is one away from having that ultimate. That ultimate is just a total bomb shutdown, and we could turn this entire site in our favor. We are going to use Thrash. Thrash going to go out, probably looking for that bomb. Going to throw it, not quite hit the bomb, but don't worry. Pierogi's mollies are going to take out Sage. Sage falls. Whisper's able to find that Sova. We've lost a lot here. It's just Whisper and Pierogi, and we're not able to find the bomb diffuser fast enough. I think that we planted just a little bit, like an inch too far, and that's really unfortunate. They were able to diffuse that from around the corner, and we weren't even able to peek them. We had all of the plans. Like I said, a lot of these rounds are just coming down to we're getting there, and we're there, and it's down to the wire, and just one mistake that we made somewhere along the way bites us. And it's really unfortunate that that's what these rounds are coming down to, but I think that also means that this could be a really close game. That in round 2, maybe we start making less mistakes, and maybe A-State gets a little tired and things like that. Anything can happen. Absolutely anything can happen. Just because there's a little bit of an upset right now doesn't mean that that anything is guaranteed to happen. Hopefully Snom can sort of predict that the Sage is hiding in Cubby, or hopefully somebody can. Snom maybe not able to clear it. That flash goes out. We are able to get it, but not before they take out Pierogi. That's a trade, and on our smoker, it's not very nice, but we're able to take out one. Their Sentinel is gone, so that's a lot of their defensive power. We're going to decide to look for that rotate, and while I normally am a pretty big advocate for this rotate, there's a lot in mid looking to defend that rotate. And now they know that we're looking to go on to A site, but it doesn't look like they're fully committed. They saw one or two, but maybe not fully convinced, and maybe now that we've been seen, we might go back. We're able to see that this Viper is on A, and they basically have confirmation now that we will be planting A, so it's a little bit scary. 2 Jets having a 1v1 in mid, while the rest of the team is just going to have to defend on A here. We've got those recon darts. We're able to sort of plan for this. We have the Sova ultimate. If we could get Ixora out of this fight, that would be really nice. Ooh, Ixora getting a head tap. I take it back. Ixora is almost necessary to win this fight with the plays that he's making right now. It's just Jet. Jet has an operator, but could pick up a better gun for the situation. I think that, honestly, Ixora just gets out. Ixora gets out so that you can play for that ultimate, or even Twice Stand. I think Twice Stand here, just being able to say, hey, let me just throw my ult. Ooh, not having to use any of it. Not having to use a single piece of it. That was a really well played round. Like I said, one of those rounds that gets really close, and we just, in that one, our goods outweighed our bads, and I really, really like that. We placed the trip there, and in my mind, I was thinking, guarantee the round. You place the trip, and you use the Sova ult to get rid of that. You know, get rid of a Jet or something like that. But it's still a trip. It's still going to concuss you, and if it hits the Jet, it hits the Jet, and there's really nothing more to that. You don't need to pop ultimates. You can save those ultimates, and it's really nice because we have 2 really big post-plant ultimates just now. We just have them. And we're not going to have to sort of divvy them up between different post-plants and things like that. I really like the way that we played that. I think that Snom playing mid is a little bit scary, looking to sort of 1v1 these duelists and maybe get the best of one of them. If Snom believes that she can do it, then I've got the faith, but it's always a little bit scary watching your duelist go mid. We are going to be able to push onto the site. Our Viper walls are going to go up, and we're going to be able to throw those mosh pits and things like that. We're going to get that util out. That util is making space, and they're not really able to get onto the site, but they're now all here. They are going to pop their KJ ultimate, and it doesn't look like that we're going to be able to really aggress on it at all. The Deadlock ultimate goes out and gets one, but it doesn't really... I don't think it actually did get one, or maybe it was destroyed or something like that. We popped the Sova ultimate in order to get them off the bomb. That doesn't really matter. Ixora and Whisper fall, and Twice Stand is able to get one, but get traded. Yeah, and Pierogi just not in... Once again, just a weird angle thing to where it's just on the wrong side of the corner, and you're just not able to get an angle on that bomb fast enough. It's really unfortunate. And this is going to be the last round before the swap. 8-4 is the best that center can hope for here, and then we swap to the other side. Right now, we're attacking right now. The next half will be defending, and I don't think you should count center out yet. I think that there's been stranger comebacks, and I think that this has proved to be a really interesting game so far, and I don't think you should count anybody out just yet. I think that us budgeting this round is a little bit scary. We've got Snom using that Spectre and then instantly getting found by the KJ utility. That Sage is right there. Can we find it? We cannot. That Vandal's just too fast. The head tap is something that you just have to compete with. Whenever you're running SMGs into rifles, you just have to hope that they don't get a one-tap on you. We're going to throw a lot of these intel abilities out, and we're going to use our Viper's Pit. They're going to be able to take out Twice Stand, though, so that's our Sentinel down. A lot of our defensive abilities have sort of been wiped off the map. We have the Viper's Pit, which is really nice, but we haven't planted yet. We're in the Viper's Pit, and it's going down, and all these things, but the bomb isn't down. We can't use it. Viper's going to fall, and so that smoke is just going to reveal Whisper, who's out in the open without it. That is going to be that half. I think that it's a little bit scary that it's 9-3, but also there is something called the 9-3 curse. So let's hope that we can sort of kick it into action. Defense is going to be pretty interesting. We are now going to be we're going to be the blue team, and hopefully we can defend a decent chunk of the map. Just having one controller on this map, especially whenever it's Viper, is a little bit scary. But if anyone can do it, it's gonna be center. So it looks like they're gonna go for a pretty heavy A push. I say that and they start sort of walking around and confusing me. Pretty heavy A push. Might throw a couple people down mid or a couple people down B main, but I think that the main emphasis is on A here. Hopefully we can get a nice ping with the recon dart.
Revealing area.
Both recon darts going to go out. Hopefully nobody gets too revealed. We are going to be able to find that 2 of them are going belt, so we know that they're going A. That jet dash is on, so we're going to try and find somebody behind the jet, but we just can't. Snom cannot find those picks. It's just honestly been like a case of you're just a little bit to the left on some of these. Able to use that shock dart. They're throwing a lot of utility at us, trying to flush us out, and Pierogi and Twice staying able to pick 2 up. Really nice. It's 3-3 at the moment. Pierogi able to find the jet. That's a really big playmaker for them down. Sova down. KJ's the only one left, and he's standing in nest. KJ's gonna have to push onto the site if they want anything off of this. We have it, and unfortunate. It's just a matter of who hits that shot. Whoever hits that shot, I will say Pierogi in a little bit of a worse situation. I think that Pierogi got hit with a body tap. I think that that KJ there needs to be hit with a head tap. I'm not exactly sure the exact health numbers, but it's really disheartening. Now, something that's a little bit different is instead of saving for different pistol rounds and stuff like that, we have to force buy. It's way too close. If we let them win this one, then chances are that they might win the next one, even if we have rifles, and that's just, it's way too close. We have to start the comeback now, and I like that we're thinking ahead like that, and we're thinking about the numbers game. They are going to send most of their players to B. Looks like that jet is going to go down mid. Hopefully not catch Pierogi too off guard, but Whisper is going to have to sort of face every single person down B main. Is currently getting pinged out in the open. Really unfortunate. Snom is gonna be pushing through mid here, not knowing that Jet is in 2. It's gonna be scary that Jet is. We should expect a flanker coming up pretty soon. Trying to just guess where that Sova is through the smoke. They have a Viper of their own, and it's really just hindering our sightlines. So running out of bullets as well, and there we go. The Outlaw on flank is really unfortunate. We're able to take out the Jet, but not before losing 2 of our players. It's just Pierogi and Ixora here, and Ixora gets taken out by the KJ, and Pierogi gets taken out by the Viper. You know, just this situation, whenever you have such a difference in score at halftime, like 9-3, you have to play a little bit differently, and you can't sit there and wait for the 3 rounds for you to get your Vandals. You can't sit there and wait for those ultimates to get back up. They have to be wins now. They have to be thrifty, and they're gonna have to be. We're gonna have to get all of the ult orbs, and we're gonna have to lose no players in order to really make up as much ground as we want to make up. It's 11-3 at the moment. A State only needs to win 2 more rounds in order to win the whole map. We're gonna set up those smokes, and we're gonna instantly back up. I think that they have the heavy presence on A, so it's nice that we're keeping people there. They're throwing that util, letting us know that they're still there. Whisper able to sort of distract them with some mollies to get that area denial. You really just have to wait for the team to get here. You have to wait for the rotate. And it doesn't look like we're in any sort of rush at all. It's kind of scary. Snom sticking to B, and here we got Twice Stand going to A. Of course, they don't know. They don't know who all's there. Ooh, Ixora peeking the corner and just missing, sort of like weaving in between the 3 people there. It's really unfortunate. You know, sometimes your brain just splits the difference. Hopefully Snom clears out this room. Nice, able to catch that Viper off guard. Snom able to get that Viper while Pierogi is able to keep defending the site with the Sova. Twice Stan able to finally make it to the battle and take out that jet. Bomb is down. It's a 2-2, but Twice Stan is hurt. Twice Stan doesn't have that ultimate. Not really close. We can't make this a 2v1. The ice wall is up. Look at that Sage. Ooh, unfortunately, we're not able to get that Sage. This is a wall bang? Was that a wall bang through Sage wall? That's quite interesting. I'm not quite sure what happened there. But 12-3. A State only needs to win 1 more round, and we're going to have to win a lot. We are going to have to pretty much go the rest of this flawless to even secure overtime. And that's it's a scary thought. It's a scary idea that you would have to do something like that, especially whenever we haven't exactly been playing for the money game. these have been forced buys, and so we've got Whisper on the Outlaw, we've got Snom on the Bulldog, but no Vandals, no Phantoms, especially no Operators or Odins. So it's definitely a little bit scary. Ixor gonna instantly get taken out on what could be last round. Snom unpeaking as soon as that Viper peeks out is really unfortunate. Snom realizing this fight is a little bit too awkward. It's time to sort of bring this Viper up to speed and push the Viper. But the rest of the team is on the other side, quite able to take one out, but not able to get another one, just keeping it even. Whisper with the Outlaw, this is a really awkward place to fight with the Outlaw, as they could be close, and you have that two-shot sniper. I think that KJ might be within damage threshold. You might be able to kill KJ with one body shot. Hopefully the Sova peeks out. Doesn't look like it. Brogy having to push forward, decayed a little bit. Sniper peeks out, able to get a nice head tap on there. They do manage to res the Jet. It is just Pierogi and Snom here. That ping goes out, but it's not going to see Pierogi, but they're still going to know that Pierogi's there. Pushing through here is really difficult. Snom is going to get taken out. Get a little bit distracted by the Sova trying to make that jump, and it just makes it to where somebody under the Sova can take you out. It's really unfortunate, but I don't think we should count anybody out just then. I think that was a really interesting round, really interesting way that we played that, and I'm very eager to see how the teams adjust to each other on the next map. On this one, absolutely, we've established who's our troublemakers. Who do we need to focus on? We need to focus on that Jet and that Sage. Is really big players right there. But we will catch everybody on map 2. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Map 2. So it does look like we've swapped some players around. We decided to place Blimey in place of Whisper. Whisper will be sitting this one out. We're going to be starting on defense on Ascent. I think that Ixora on the Sova is a pretty normal pick, and I think Ixora on the Sova isn't. We did take a loss just now. It is currently 0-1, but I don't think that means that we should distrust the comp that we were running. I think that this is the Ixora Sova is still something that can be trusted, and I think that I'm glad that we're sticking with that pierogi. We're gonna be sticking with that KJ, kind of a staple, the Ascent KJ, and then Blimey with that Sky. I do know that we run that a lot. This is looking more like a pretty standard comp from us. I do think the interesting part is since we've taken Whisper out, we're going to be running Snom on the Brimstone. We're going to be running Twice Stand on the Jet. Twice Stand on the Jet, I can't exactly speak to that. I can't speak to how good this Jet's going to be on Ascent. I think Jet is pretty sort of multi-map character. You can't really go wrong with Jet on any of these maps. But I'm really curious to see how this sort of works dynamically and stuff. Not having the Astra Wall, pretty interesting. We're deciding that Brimstone is going to be a lot better than that Astra. So, just everything's always a choice. Everything is always like, we're running this for this combos with that. If we're not running this, then what are we doing and stuff like that. The whole playstyle has to change whenever the entire comp changes. So having minimal changes is always nice, and I think that this is a pretty minimal change. They're going to be running the Omen and KO, which is a little bit different from what they were running. They were still running that Sova, still running that Jet, still running that KJ, but the KO and the Omen, that KO is going to give them a little bit more intel than they were running with, which is interesting because they already got a lot of intel from that Sova. That Sova was already getting them a really nice amount of just information. So they've decided to opt for KO with a whole lot more information, and I honestly don't mind that a lot. Sky right now is in a really weird spot, and we like Sky, and we like to see Blimey on that Sky. It's kind of a staple, but it's you almost have to beg the question of like, the Sky is cool, but is the KO better? Not player wise, but just composition wise. And I think that we've been running for the Sky long enough that I like that we trust it, but at the same time, you know, sometimes you gotta have some doubts. So as this round starts, we're gonna see that they're once again full rush onto B, not sending any stragglers anywhere. And it looks like we're going to be hiding sort of on the site. Ixora able to take out one and then back up into their smoke. I really like this position that Ixora has right now, just sending in shock darts into the enemy team. It's a really nice spot. Twicestand able to take out two with the Ghost. Going to peek looking for more, but doesn't know the one's in Boathouse. Twicestand is going to get taken out. We're doing a lot of damage, but Pierogi sitting in the back of site is going to get taken out as well. Snom able to take out the Omen, so they're not going to have any more smokes. They're just going to have this KO sitting in speed. Incredibly scary. He's going to peek up out of speed. It's just Ixora, both incredibly hurt. Bomb is not down. KO has the bomb. It's a 1v1. Whoever hits this next bullet wins. This is an incredibly intense pistol round. No sort of abilities from either side that isn't just an intel ability. This is almost a stalemate. You just have to guess where the other one is going. I think that Ixora thinks that KO, since KO's, you know, sort of established the site, we might try and keep going for it, knowing that Ixora is off that site. And it looks like no, it looks like that KO is going to instead decide to rotate all the way around to A, not expect Ixora to be on that site, and that's completely true. Ixora is not going to have it rotated fast enough. Now that bomb's going to go down, which is going to indicate that KO is going to be on A. Once again, next bullet wins. It doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters if it's a leg or not. I think both are within leg killing distance. That knife is incredibly scary. Hopefully that the suppress doesn't hurt Ixora too much. Maybe we can get that ping out. That ping is going to reveal us. We look at Hell. Of course, it is Hell, just close. Able to find that shoulder shot. Incredibly nice. I say shoulder shot, but apparently that was a head tap. That did not look like a head tap to me, but, you know, we take those. Incredibly nice round. Ixora able to pick up 3 ult points and 2 kills. I really like the way that was played. One moment. I need to clear my throat. Goodness. Sorry, my throat's so scratchy. I like yapping too much, so my throat's just a little bit hoarse. But I like the way that round was played, to where we know that they're going to be aggressive, so we sort of play far back, and that's the reason that Ixora lives there. It wasn't until we got aggressive, we move into Boathouse, we reveal ourselves from backside B, we do all these things, that we start falling, and that's how we play. And I think that we might be able to extend that to the rest of maybe this team. Maybe the hyper aggressiveness that we see can be combated with hyper defensiveness. With the comp that we're running, I don't think that defense is necessarily a bad option. We're gonna be able to get pinged by that knife, which is unfortunate. We're not able to use the Sova util off rip here. If we peek onto mid, we will be met with 2. See the Jet, able to get some damage on that Jet, able to get the head tap. The KO is going to be there, able to find the KO as well. Blimey picks up 2 and then gets traded by the KJ, but Ixora is going to make sure that that's not for anything, and it's going to make this a 4-3, or 4-2 rather. You know, just as I was saying, oh, we might need to respond to this hyper offensiveness with hyper defensiveness, but also you can maybe respond to the hyper offensiveness to the hyper offensiveness, able to just push through their defenses from a flank and things like that. I think that's a pretty similar way to how we play Sunset. So I don't think this is out of the ordinary just play style for center here. I think that rushing them and then finding a flank, find a window to peek through, find some doorway. We are going to reveal ourselves with that ping right there. They know that that Ixora is going to be sitting here. Just the sheriff for this long range and waiting for them to peek from tiles. We see the KJ peek, and we're not able to find any. Oh, but we do find that Omen, a lovely head tap, just to deter with the shock dart. A wonderful 3K from Ixora. That was an absolutely fantastic round from Ixora. That was, I believe, the trading Blimey. Blimey able to pick 2 up, and then Ixora is going to make sure that trade isn't It isn't exactly a fair one. That's going to be 1 for 3, and then also cleaning up everybody at the end there. I think that was a little bit scary for a moment. I was saying, oh, it doesn't look like Ixora is going to pick anything up, and then that sheriff just finds Omen's skull, and it's absolutely fantastic. I love the way that was played, and then the shock dart to goof on him a little bit. This is going to be round 3, so it's scary. We're going to have rifles. I don't know if we're still budgeting. I think that maybe budgeting might not be the answer. We understand that like giving them the momentum off of the rip was kind of what messed us up. So maybe we run SMG's rifles instead of things like handguns and things like that. It's a little bit scary because they're pretty heavy on A, and we're pretty heavy on A, so that's all right. But it's always just it's nerve-wracking whenever we're in that stage of defense to where nobody's rotated yet, but also nobody's been established, so you don't want to rotate yet. They do have one on B. They sent their Sentinel to go lurk, and they sent KO to go check out mid. This is an interesting little dynamic we have here. I believe that this KJ has revealed her position. Yeah, and making noise, doing all the things. KO is going to take out Blimey on A. They're going to rush onto the site, and this is all just a distraction to keep everybody else from rotating. Twicestand not able to face off against this Jet. We're going to have to push on and do it really well. It's 2 to 5 at the moment. Just Snom and Pierogi having to push through. We're going to make noise going in through door. Not able to find one there. Just a Spectre. We can't find the Jet. Really unfortunate. I'm getting a little bit of deja vu right now on that round 2, or round 3 rather. They flawless us, and not looking great. You know, let's hope. Let's hope and pray this is going to be a different round. Something I'm instantly seeing that's different. Twicestand running that operator. Operator, you know, in operator we trust. You know, guide my sightline to the domes of A State. Hopefully, Twicestand is going to be going with the really confident play of lights and an operator to hold down mid. Them being so rotate heavy, I kind of like that. But they haven't really been rotating through mid that often. They've showed pretty heavy mid presence, so hopefully that gets something. But that heavy A presence, all that util, Twicestand is going to get taken out instantly by the Jet. That operator's not going to see any use in this round unless Ixora goes and saves it. Snom is able to find out that Jet, though. We've evened it up. Both Jets have fallen. I'm curious to know whether or not that operator does get saved, because it's just a matter of, if you don't use it, maybe you can save it for the money and Twicestand can get a second chance. Or you leave it there on the ground, and maybe even A State picks it up, and which is incredibly scary. I think this operator is kind of a high priority for you right now. You take out that Omen. That Omen doesn't even know that the operator's there, isn't even going for it. Trying to push onto A, I think. So now that we know that they aren't mid, we can sort of ignore that operator on the ground. KJ is sneaking under the sight lines at the moment. We don't know that KJ's close right, and we almost ult our teammate. Oh, not clearing that right ended up getting you killed and your ulting Sova killed. It's just such a just you made a single mistake and it ends up getting 2 of you killed. Very, very sad. Thing's gonna go out, and that's definitely gonna hit Pierogi. Just Pierogi and Blimey here. They're gonna have to push onto the site, defuse, and kill 3. KJ's on the left here. Know that KJ's in logs. That knowledge is known, but it's a little bit scary peeking into logs. I think Blimey will be at a little bit of a disadvantage here. Nice! Able to find that head tap. They have evened it up to 2 to 2. A little bit hurt on the side of A State here, but we do have to defuse. We're on a little bit of a time crunch. We have to push, and we have to push very fast. We're going to touch that. Pierogi is going to fall. They're going to peek us. We're not going to be able to find that KO. Really unfortunate. Now, that round is not a round that we wanted to lose. Of course, you never want to lose a round, but that was our rifle round. We were finally able to afford those rifles. We splurged on the operator, and now we've got nothing. They got the win, so they're still going to be able to sort of keep themselves afloat money-wise. But, man, it's really unfortunate that we lost that one. It's going to be 2 to 2, and they've got a lot of momentum. Chances are they're probably going to win this round too, just looking at financial status. I'm not going to say that the Thrifty is beyond us. I think the Thrifty is certainly something that Center could pull off, but it maybe is going to take some cheese and some prayers. Them heavy stacking on A and then sending somebody mid. They know that they're allowed to send somebody mid because we're so financially disadvantaged that... Oh, nice. Snom and Blimey able to pincer them, take out the KO ult, and take out the KJ. So they're going to have to focus on res and plant. hopefully we can get the jet. Nice! Ixora able to take out that jet, peppering from across the map. They are going to be able to bring that KO back. It's 2-3. KO is no longer in that ultimate, and we were able to maybe pick up some guns. Yes, Pierogi is able to push this with a stinger, and then Ixora with the Vandal. This isn't the worst spot to be in, but once again, we've got to be fast. Able to pick up that ghost. I don't know if it's really going to help us. We're going to find the Omen, but it's the only one that we can find. Really unfortunate. You know, we're draining them. We're draining them of money, but these wins are just kind of keeping them right at the rifle line. They're just able to afford as much as they want. We just have to, if we win one round, I think that they're just teetering on the edge of sort of shifting that advantage disadvantage in the economy. Looking at the ult economy, we do have we have Seekers. And Seekers is a really good ultimate, but it's kind of just intel. We have a lot of intel already with the various different things from our Sentinels being able to just tracker and turret and things like that, as well as the different darts and stuff that we've got. Odin is not going to be able to get put to use on these two people.
You should run.
That flash goes out. And Ixora's going to back this up. I think that's a fine way to play this. You could just start spraying wildly, but instead playing sort of off-site and deciding, I don't need to be here right now, I guess. They're not going to push off that because bomb is on A. They're just going to use using the KJ ult for a decoy is pretty crazy. They've decided to not use it for any sort of utility and leave us 3 to 5 to push onto A, where the bomb has just been planted. We have the Seekers, and we're going to drone out to see what we can't see. It's going to catch some people, but ultimately there's 5 left. You're going to have to catch a lot more. Hopefully, maybe a spray through hell could get KO, but really there's nothing more that you can ask for, especially whenever another one of us falls in window. You really just have to back up. I think the saving here is the correct call. Saving here is the correct call, especially if some extra picks can be gotten. If they decide to leave through our spawn, that would be incredibly nice. If KJ decides to peek Ixora here, that would maybe just be a free head tap. Oh, but the looking to the left, able to find the KJ either way. Oh my goodness, that was a little bit nerve-wracking. Just, you know, you're looking at that sight line, they could be on the left, keep looking at the mid, and then you look, and then it just happens to be the wrong time. It's really nice that Ixora didn't lose that there. Now, the Odin, being able to stick that Odin is pretty nice. Still, they're just getting that momentum. We have a few more rifles. We didn't all die that round, so we were able to preserve some of those rifles. Not running the up-close Odin is certainly a respectable thing. Hoping to get this dart. You know, they do usually send people here, but and we managed to get the ping. Twice Stand is going to get taken out by this jet. I think that this has to stop. This jet 1v1 has to stop. We're not getting it. Snom couldn't do it, and I don't think Twice Stand should keep trying. You know, it's really nice to say, hey, I'm better, different, just better. It's really nice to be able to say that, but, you know, it's going to be plays like Blimey. It's going to be just sitting in that smoke, waiting for that cocky duelist to just run into your smoke, knife out, or just full running, something like that, and catching them off guard. We can't just win these 1v1s. It's sort of been proven. No disrespect, of course. But the dog is going to go out and instantly get suppressed. But we are going to ping that KO. Not able to quite see him in time. It's unfortunate. I think it was right under Ixora, not able to ping that. Ooh, getting some damage onto the Omen. The Odin is going to continue living on. That flash is a little bit too scary to peek with. It's a 2 to 4. They're going to have to clear out 4 and defuse. And Odin is certainly a gun that you could hold this with. One in hell is going to take out Blimey, and then their Sova is going to peek out and take Pierogi. Like I said, just really unfortunate. I think that round has sort of solidified them a little bit of a lead financially, but we can manage to string together something. If we can manage to string together something, it would be quite nice. We have that Brimstone ultimate. I don't know that we can necessarily use Brimstone ultimate that well in this map in particular. There's so many different nooks and crannies that you could hide in from that orbital strike. And then blades, or knives rather. I keep calling them blades. Knives, it's something that you want. It's something that you want to be able to you know, pop off 5k with knives, but it's unrealistic. It's nice to get 1. It's even better to get 2. And 3, it's clip worthy. But, you know, ultimately, it's just, you get a funny gun that no one else has access to. We're going to send those shock darts out. hopefully deterring them from speed. That drone's going to go out. They're not quite on site yet. Does look like they're going to back up a little bit. They don't like the presence that our Sova has. Blind fire. Was that a double head tap? That looked like a double head tap to me. We pop those knives. We go over. The drone's there. We know the Sova's there. And we just whiff those knives. It's really unfortunate. Like I said, it's not a game winner, or it is going to fall to that KJ. It's not a game winner. It's not, oh, change this right here, and you sort of grab the advantage. It's not a numbers thing. It's just you get a funny gun that no one else gets, and whether or not you're good with it, it kind of decides, decides who wins that round, or wins that fight at least. Pushing through here is incredibly dangerous. Once again, it's going to be 2-4. They are going to get pinged. Hopefully this KJ doesn't peek super soon. It is a rifle into a stinger. We are going to want to close that distance. Closing that distance is how we win this fight. Peeking that corner. They just keep backing up, and we're getting them farther away from sight, but we pull the knife in order to try and back up, and it just doesn't quite work. KJ is going to be behind us, but the Omen in front of us is going to be more of a detriment. 2-6 right now. The best that center can hope for is to even it up for this half. We're going to be able to buy some rifles. Not full buy. I think that some of us are buying halves, some of us are buying Guardian, things like that. But the ability to buy rifles will put us in this round. Putting us in this round is pretty important. This is the round that decides whether or not we're able to prevent them from having a lead at halftime. Twice stand. Twice stand. I don't mean to doubt you. And I would never put bad juju in the air. But do we think that the half shields operator is the call? I'd like to find out. I'd like for you to prove me it is. And this smoke goes up, and it's really going to hinder our operator, but don't count him out. Nam is going to fall to the just peeking a little bit too aggressively. The drone isn't going to see too much. Pierogi able to find that KJ. Xora able to find that jet. Xora is going to get traded though. It's 3-3, still even. We have an operator set up in mid. Retake with an operator. I kind of wish that Twice Stand was able to push a little bit further, but with the uncertainty, you can't really put that on Twice Stand. Pierogi's only holding this because it's an area that they could possibly be. That suppress is going to go out and be quite a nuisance. They've got smokes, they've got intel. This is kind of they've got post plant. Kind of an optimal setup for them here. We are going to pop KJ ult, it looks like, in order to try and run them off the site. There is a spot that they can hold. They're going to use their post plant ability in order to take out the KJ ult. A really interesting way to sort of drain them of those abilities. The flash goes out. Twice Stand is going to fall. We can peek through this. It's 2-3. If played correctly, I believe that this could be turned into a win. Peeking, finding that Omen. That Sova has util out, can't quite find Pierogi. Pings go out, which means that Blimey's going to get pinged and taken out. Do you back up and save? Is back up and save the move? I think that maybe go for kills might be the move. Able to take out that KO. The Sova's hurt. You have 12 rounds left. Wall bang through the wall. That's really nice. That's a 4K for Pierogi, and Pierogi's able to save that Vandal. It's nice, but really it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet because that's still a lost round. We still have to manage to pull this out. We're not able to get either a lead or a stalemate at halftime, so it's scary. Twice Stand. Sorry, no, their jet is going to be running operator. I was gonna say Twice Stand. How can you afford a second operator? That's insane. You can't, which is understandable. But I think that with the sort of that we're learning that these are really good, just fighting players. These players have definitely proven their salt in terms of looking at that Jet skull. Maybe grab the Jet's forehead. You're playing a little bit scary right now. Take out that Sova. Take out that Jet. That Jet doesn't even know you're there. That's a really nice play from Twice Stand. Able to pick that operator back up. I take everything back right now. You prove that operator's a good call. Pierogi could be able to just hold here. That's a lot of util that Pierogi can just hold B-site with. I do think a lot of it has been recalled or picked up and things like that, but nonetheless, a Sentinel, util or no, is going to be somebody that's going to be able to defend that site. Twice Stand, able to pick up that op kill. Absolutely fantastic. We're able to take Well, that was a flawless as well. Able to take that op in the next round and a bunch of rifles. This win will hopefully be the start to a 5-7. That works, right? Yeah, 5-7. Into a 5-7 halftime. 5-7 halftime would certainly be something that we need. Because we do have to take this to map 3. In the way of ultimates, we still have that orbital strike. I don't really think there's been an opportunity to use it. A lot of these fights have been taking place kind of without a lot of intel, which is really interesting because I think there's a lot of intel characters on the board right now. You know, we have a lot on B. We're going to have to rotate onto A. They're full stacking A, basically. But Twice Stand and Blimey going to peek the people in mid. Going to take out that KJ. That's already giving us an advantage. But knives have been popped, which is a little bit scary if this jet is good with knives. Like I said, oh, the orbital strike is going to cut off a lot of the team. Able to take out that Omen, who's just severed from the team. Not able to take out the Omen, I apologize. But Twice Stand able to sort of clean it up. But it's not the cleanest trade. Ixora able to take out the jet before they can do anything deadly with knives. The Operator not able to take out the KO. It's just been Ixora cleaning off the site. Of course, Blimey is still... Blimey's on the board. We shouldn't count Blimey out. Blimey is going to dog in order to try and give you some intel. At the moment, Sova is currently in hell. I'm not quite sure if we saw that. Right under you, Ixora. Nice, but Blimey's going to have that Odin to peek onto site with from door. Is going to peek, not quite find it. The shock dart goes out. The bomb is not down. Bomb is not something that it needs to be worried about right now. You could just spray through. You have ultimate. I don't know if it's necessarily worthy, but a single bullet, a stray bullet through the hell would be nice. I have some faith. Have some faith in the RNG gods, I kind of say. That Sova's looking to peek. You see the head? Nice. You know, you reveal a forehead, and that means that I'm going to get a headshot. And, you know, like, if I can see the top hair on your skull, then I know approximately where the rest of your body is, and I can just wallbang you. It's very nice. Sorry for any sniffles or anything that's being caught on the microphone. But that was really nice. I think I was saying, like, you have the ultimate, you can spray through hell, things like that. But I'm really glad that we didn't use too much there. They used their jet knives. And we did lose a little bit. It came down to just Ixora. But I think that the win, nonetheless. Nice! That man lined himself up with the crosshair. That was really nice. Twice Stand able to pick up a kill with that Operator. And Ixora sort of opting to hold on to this Odin. This Odin is something that Ixora is hopefully going to be able to use to oppress the enemy team and just keep them at bay. KJ is going to be really weird about rotating around B and things like that, but the rest of their team is going to push on to A as we have really no one on that site. We have people around that site, but I think I completely agree with the hyper defensive, like I was saying. You know, you can play on site, you can be defensive, or you could just back way up. You could just back way up, and these retakes might work in your favor. That KJ's right there, not able to find it. Really unfortunate. Ixora is able to get one with the shock dart. That might have been ultimate actually, and Blimey's able to find that Sova, but that's KJ ultimate and it's KO ultimate. You know, you have to just assume that KJ is going to be in the center of her ult. That bomb is down. I don't know if Sova is able to half that. Sova is able to half that. That's nice. Say Sova. It's Ixora. I'm sorry, but that is going to be the last round in this half. It's been a scary game so far. Very scary game. We have been at a crazy disadvantage. We've been able to pick up sort of some momentum. Hopefully that momentum that we've gained, while it will be halted just like game mechanically wise, we're not gonna have those ultimates anymore. We're not gonna have the financial status of last half or anything. Hopefully the morale can stay up. This is still a win streak. Just because it's pissed around doesn't mean the win streak has stopped. You can just keep this going, and I like that mentality, and I hope that the team is really able to adopt that. Now, we are going to be, it looks like, running pretty heavy on A. They're going to be running pretty heavy on B, so I really like that, as long as their team isn't great about retakes. But with the KJ is obviously not going to be very great at the retake. They are going to instantly rotate. They're going to leave no time. The jet pushing forward really quickly sort of gave them a lot of information, sort of the process of elimination. Nice, able to take out that Omen. A ping onto the Sova. This is really nice. Pushing the Sova does end up killing Twice Stand, but Blimey able to trade, and then Snom picking up 2 more to make up for Blimey and Pierogi. It's just Jet left, but Jet is certainly a formidable duelist, so I think you have to play this really carefully. Just 2 of you. Both of you are hurt. You know, you got the Jet. You can maybe tap the Jet. Tapping the Jet for a lot of health there. Pushing the Jet. And the collateral to go through Ixora and hit Snom in the head. That is insane. And absolutely insane. That wasn't a play. They didn't do anything. We just lined up, and it's just really unfortunate. A blind fire ended up killing us. It's really just a luck thing. It really is just a luck thing. Now that we're attacking, I hope that we can change the tides a little bit, but that doesn't fare well for us. We're gonna decide to force buy. I think that force buying here is pretty interesting. Force buying here is gonna make it to where we have like these stingers and a bulldog, it looks like, but they're gonna have outlaws. I don't know that we peak this. I don't know that this is a thing that we even consider, really. The smoke is nice in order to really defend us, but just the range, the implied range. They could have marshals, they could have outlaws. We can't have that, and so it's really interesting that we decide to play that. And once again, that is going to be another collateral that kills Blimey and Pierogi. It's really just luck. It's not skill as much as it is luck, and I don't mean to say that as a sort of slight at their Jet player. It's just we just keep standing in the incorrect positions. One moment. All right, I'm back. But yeah, just standing in the incorrect position, and it's really unfortunate that I keep that. But going into this round we're at even more of a detriment, as we are going to be running just handguns. Whereas before we were able to pick up some SMGs and a bulldog, this is handguns. And that outlaw is scary and absolutely just terror. You know, I think that we grab bomb here, and then I think we're gonna rotate to A, but Snom does fall in catwalk. Twice Stand hopefully able to retake that space. Ixora the only one to be able to peek onto site right now. Not able to ping the Omen. You know, just really close, and you just have to guess. Twice Stand is able to find that KJ, but too many people around. It's too much noise to really react to all of it. Blimey's gonna fall, but Ixora's gonna trade, and then Ixora's gonna fall. Rogi not able to get any more. 5 to 10. A-State needs to win 3 more rounds in order to win the entire series, and Center is going to have to win 8 in order to go on to the next map. So, incredibly scary, and, you know, kind of everything's on the line right now. We're allowed to make 3 mistakes, I believe, in terms of rounds. That is if overtime doesn't happen, but I think that still is 3 mistakes, or 2 mistakes. I don't know, math. But you know, they keep going for the default, and it's really just been a wall that we can't really get through. Throwing a curveball at them is the only way to do it. We're playing a really defensive attack side right now. We know that certain players like their Jet like to push pretty forward, so I don't think that this is the worst plan. We are going to sort of make our presence known by clearing out wine with shock darts. And now that we've done this, we have to push on pretty quick. That Omen is gonna smoke us out. Oh, and then the paranoia is gonna make everybody blind, but Snom is able to find that Omen. That's really nice. Ooh, gonna shoot into hell, or rather up into heaven. Able to get healed for any bullets that hit us. There's the drone. We are gonna get pinged. Kind of just have to keep moving. Yeah, there's nothing really you can hope for there. Twice Stand able to take out the KO, but Twice Stand gets taken out by the KJ. The KJ jumps down, takes out Blimey. Just Pierogi. Pierogi able to take out the one on Spike. And sees one, but the gun is blocking the other. That was I think another round of just the one too many mistakes as compared to good plays. And I don't think that a lot of these plays are, oh, this is a bad play, we shouldn't have done this. I think that they're honest. Just I do one thing, I stepped left when I should have stepped right, and there's nothing you can really know unless it's hindsight. A lot of these plays are very much realizations that you can make after the fact, but not really during. So it's certainly frustrating. Certainly frustrating that we've lost some of these rounds, especially on Icebox. I feel like a lot of those rounds sort of came down to just a zigged when you should have zagged. Jet is going to take out twice stand. That means that we are not going to have our duelist in order to push on the site.
Can't use that.
They're going to just suppress us and make it to where we can't push onto that site really at all. If we decide to push mid, we might have to face up against this KO. But I think that KO is looking to play more defensive. Snom already up in market. You know, everybody's sort of all over the place. Nobody to watch your back, so that Jet is going to find Snom. Looks like they might be going for a little bit of a rotate. Xora might be able to catch somebody off guard, but not if you rush forward like that and set off the tracker. Xora's going to fall. It is just Blimey and Pierogi. You know, we have the KJ lockdown, but I don't think it's something that we can necessarily we can hope for it to be a round winner. Finally, we're able to take out that Jet, but not before Blimey falls. And then that Sova's going to be able to finish off Pierogi there. Now, this is going to have to be 7 rounds in a row in order to just secure overtime. And then 9 rounds in a row in order to win the map and move on to the 3rd game. It's looking pretty dire. And financially, we're not in the best spots. We've got 3 ultimates that we can hopefully use in our favor to get some momentum that will maybe get us in a better spot financially. You know, it's kind of a trade-off of economies. We're high in the ult economy, and that hopefully can get us high in the financial economy. You have to take out that turret. I'm really glad that we didn't habitually take that out with knives.
Here, you should run. Here.
They also have the knives out on market. We're able to take out the Sova. Ooh, not able to take out the KJ. And twice stand is going to fall. You're down your smoker and your duelist. And now Xora is going to fall as well. You kind of have to push onto the site, and through the smoke, they're just blasting through that smoke. Not quite able to find it. An incredibly fun game to watch, personally. I think there was a lot of sort of twists in that, and I liked how that was played, despite the fact that Center lost. Good games to A-State. Here, I think that just proved to be a very formidable foe, and all those sort of things. But good games, everyone, and I'm way too. Every team has games this week, I think. I said every team has games this week.
Yes.
Yes. Catch 'em. Take care.